According to a 2023 study, India is now the world's largest gaming market, with over 568 million gamers and a staggering 9.5 billion game downloads. A market this huge presents incredible opportunities for growing our gaming channels. But such a massive market also brings something else with it: competition. A lot of it. And now heading into 2025, growing a gaming channel is only going to get tougher. More and new gamers are coming to YouTube every day. So if you're serious about your channel, you might wonder why creators like techno gamers are so successful. They can literally play any game and still get millions of views with ease. The views just come to them. Now, the two thumbnail styles we've discussed so far work well for gameplay videos, but what if you're making tutorials, news and updates, or any other type of content? In that case, you need to adapt your approach. For these videos, you might need to highlight different features from a new game update, show the steps in your tutorial, or simply present an old versus new comparison. Splitting the screen into 2 to 4 sections is a very simple yet effective way to create these thumbnails, especially when there isn't one single focal point. Another style I personally love is the prime text thumbnail. In these, the text works together with the title to create a story in the viewer's mind. For example, take this thumbnail. Can you actually beat Minecraft's hardest mod? At first, you might think, what's so special about it? It's just a boring black background, a simple image of a crafting table, and some text. But there must be a reason this video has over 4 million views, right? When you see the thumbnail and read the title, they work together to create a story in your mind. It took the player 239 hours to beat this Minecraft mod, which is of course a massive number. Naturally, you want to know why this mod is so difficult, what the challenges are, and how techno gamers manages to beat it. Therefore, the text is the most important element of this thumbnail. The creator could have just repeated the title in the thumbnail, but do you think it would have been as effective? I don't think so. This brings us to rule number 1 of the prime text style. Do not simply repeat your title in the thumbnail. And you can see great examples of this from creators like S2G. Thumbnails like "I broke Fortnite's dumbest world records," "I left my base inactive for 1 year," or "I made this secretly impossible." In all of these, the text is the most important element. It's used to build curiosity or to complete the curiosity that the title created. A great thumbnail can make viewers click on your video, but if the video doesn't engage them, you'll get low watch time and therefore fewer views. This is where you must harness the power of video editing. Video editing is so powerful that it can make even the most boring gameplay interesting. In fact, the best gaming videos use editing as their most important tool for storytelling. Let's learn how. The first and most basic step is to trim out the parts of the gameplay that are too slow or don't add much value to the story. After that, you need to add your commentary. If you recorded your live commentary while playing, you can skip this step, but I highly recommend recording a separate voiceover. This gives you much more control over your storytelling, which is especially important for beginners. The next thing you need to do is color correction. Basically, you adjust the brightness, contrast, and saturation of your gameplay footage for a more polished look. Then comes the stuff that will truly add storytelling to your videos: pacing. In general, pacing is the speed at which a story is presented. In video editing, you control pacing through the duration of your cuts. If you don't want your video to feel boring, you need to create a wave of pacing. You have to switch between fast and slow pacing so viewers can feel the ups and downs with the video. For example, in a Minecraft manhunt, when you're not in a chase and are far from the hunters, you can use longer cuts to create a slower, more relaxed pace. But when an intense scene rhymes, like fighting the Ender Dragon while escaping to hunters, you can use quick cuts to make the pacing very fast, making the viewers feel the adrenaline rush. Another thing you can do to enhance the pacing even further is to use proper sound design. If there's an action-heavy scene like a PvP fight, you can use an upbeat, intense music track that complements the fast pacing. For a relaxed scene like gathering resources or exploring an area, you can use calmer music that matches the slower pace.
There are many other creative ways to use sound design. Let's say you want to create suspense in a part of your gameplay. You can use suspenseful music or even use silence. For example, if you're hiding from enemies, you can lower the background music volume or mute it completely. This lack of sound will grab the viewer's attention and make the scene even more intense. Then, just before you reveal yourself to be enemies, you can use a suspenseful sound effect that makes the scene more fun to watch. By the way, sound effects are incredibly important in video editing. I've created a playlist with links to all of the popular sound effects your favorite gaming creators use in their videos. The link is in the description. One more thing that can make your gameplay look very professional is using different camera angles. Tools like Minecraft's Replay Mod, GTA 5's Rockstar Editor, or Call of Duty's Theater Monk allow you to record your entire gameplay and then view it from different camera angles and perspectives. So we've discussed a lot about video ideas, thumbnails, and editing, but now let's talk about a common mistake many gaming creators make: not branching out. This means you will only play a single game on your channel and make it your entire focus. Now, yes, doing this can help you build a loyal viewer base, but this approach can limit your channel's growth in the long run. First, it's possible that the one game you're playing could lose popularity in the future, which would directly impact your channel. Besides that, there's always the risk of burnout. The game you love so much today might not interest you as much a year or two from now. And since you have to play it regularly for videos, there's a strong chance you'll eventually get bored of it. At that point, if you try a new game on your channel, there's a strong chance that you might not get a positive reaction. Your existing viewers might not watch the video, and then out of fear, you'll probably never try a new game again. So if you want to safely branch out, one way to do it is to find a game that is in a similar genre to the one you already play. For example, if you play a battle royale game like Free Fire, you could branch out to another game in the same genre, like BGMI or Call of Duty. If you play a sandbox game like Minecraft, you could try other sandbox games like Roblox. And when you're branching out, remember the 3-to-1 rule: 3 videos of the game you usually play and 1 video of the new game. If the audience response to the new game is good, you can gradually shift this ratio to 2-to-1 or even 1-to-1. But wait, you might think, creators like techno gamers literally play any game, from FPS games like Call of Duty to sandbox games like Minecraft and even survival games like Resident Evil, and they still get consistent views. If you observe them, you'll see they aren't just playing the game, they are actually a part of it. When you watch their videos, it feels like you're on an adventure with them. And this storytelling is techno gamers' USP, their unique selling point. Having a USP like this is incredibly helpful for any channel because it makes people interested in you rather than just the game you're playing. Maybe your sense of humor is fantastic, allowing you to turn boring gameplay into fun, entertaining videos. That right there is a powerful USP. Or maybe you're a great video editor who knows how to use visual effects and sound design to make any gameplay interesting. That is your unique selling point. Once you have that, you have a solid foundation. So identify what makes your channel unique and use that strength to grow